And I think, oops, for a while. Sorry. I think we're live. Yay, here we go. Hi, everyone. Hello. Hi. So nice to see, well, not really see, but to hear from you. I hope you're here. I hope you're here with me watching this live stream because it's going to be, or I really hope so, an exciting lesson for us. Okay. Hi, everyone. Hello. So nice to see you. Right. Okay. So, where shall we begin? Of course, with my name. Hi everyone, my name is Matthew and I am a teacher from my English school at Milano Fabio Filzi. And this afternoon, you are going to be with me for the levels 8 to 10. Okay, so I'm so excited to be here with you, and I'm also super excited to have this live stream with you. Okay, as you all know, it's kind of a strange situation that's happening right now in Italy. Okay, so we need to take care of ourselves. So, everyone, please take care of yourselves, please take care of your family. Um, we will all surpass this. We will all overcome this. And I cannot wait to be back at school to have face to face lessons with you. So, for this week, everyone, we are going to have a lot of webinars. Okay. So, if you want to know the schedule for the webinars, I'd like to ask you to go to your respective MyS pages or contact your Maya schools so that you can check on the schedule and they definitely know when the webinars are. Okay? Right. So, everyone, I hope you're doing okay. Shall we start this lesson? It's going to be a really exciting one. Okay? Just a short note, everyone, for before we start everything. Okay? So first is I will really appreciate it if you can interact with me. Okay? So how can you do this? Everyone, we have a live chat here or we have a live comment section. I'm not sure how what you usually see here, but we have a live chat box or live comment section and I will definitely appreciate it if you can send your thoughts, ideas, and messages by typing. Okay, and I will all see them, everyone. And of course, the last thing, everyone, the second one, I want us to interact as much as possible. So if you know the answers to the exercises here, or for example, if I ask you several questions, I will love it if you can send me your answers or your opinions, and then we can correct them together. Okay? Will that be okay? I really hope so, everyone. Great. So, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Matthew, and this afternoon we are going to do this activity. Okay? So, everyone, I want you to read the activity together with me. Okay? So, we can also practice your pronunciation. All right? So, in here we have focus activity 8 to 10 inventions. Right. Let's go to the next page. Let's read this together. Inventions. In this focus activity, discussing famous inventions, past and past, present, and future passives, and presenting an invention. Okay? So, everyone, just a quick note. This afternoon, we are all going to review the passives, okay? I will help you improve your passives, okay? So as you can see in here, it's written that we are going to discuss past, present, and future passives, okay? but I want to change it a little bit. Okay? I will discuss four passives with you, or maybe even five passives with you. So, first is past and present simple passives. Second is past and present continuous passives. Next is present perfect passives. Next, we have the future passives. Okay, and then the last one we have the modal passives. Okay, so I'm going to discuss the five passives with you, and we are going to use them in some practices and some exercises. Okay, so I have a student here who wanted to say hello to everyone. So we have Nicole Bocati. Hi as well, Nicole. Thank you so much for joining or coming in this lesson. Hello. Right. So we're good, everyone. We're ready. Here we go. Let's discuss the passives. First, since we are talking about inventions, I want us to have a short conversation here regarding inventions. So let's read this together. Famous inventions. In your opinion, which invention is first the most useful, the least useful, the most interesting, the most important, and the most expensive? Okay? So, everyone, before we talk about the passives, I want us to answer the following questions first. So, which invention do you think is the most useful? I want to know your thoughts on this one, okay? I think for me, the most useful, huh, I think the light bulbs. Are you familiar with them? The light bulbs? So the light bulbs are the one that we use for the light. The light bulbs, these not really circular, but this almost sphere, circular like objects that we put to give us light. I think they are actually, well, not the most useful, but I think one of the most useful inventions. I think that's really nice. So I would like to say hello to Alessandro. So Alessandro, hello, hi. Thank you so much for coming in this lesson. I hope you will stay. You will stay around to talk about the passives with me. And Alessandro actually answered my question, and he said he thinks it's the internet. That's correct. That's actually really nice. Why do you think it's the internet? Why do you think it's the internet, Alessandro? I want to know why. And then Nicole also answered saying that it's actually the cars. I think that's actually quite interesting. Why do you think so, Nicole? I'm interested to hear your thoughts on this one. Right. Thank you so much, everyone. For those of you who would like to answer the following questions, please type them in the chat box and I will do my best to help you answer them. Okay? And I'm sure we can do this together. Okay? Right. How about the invention, or which invention is um, the craziest? Which invention is the craziest, everyone? So, when we say craziest, we can also say something that takes you by surprise. Are you familiar with that? To take someone by surprise? To take someone by surprise, meaning um, to shock someone, you know, or to make someone feel surprised or be surprised rather. I think it's much better that way. So to take someone by surprise, meaning to shock someone, or to make someone be surprised. Another expression related to this can be to catch someone off guard. This is related to take someone by surprise. Okay, so when you say craziest, you also mean to catch someone off guard. To take someone by surprise. Like this invention is whoa, mind blowing. Everyone blows you away. All right, to blow someone away, you can also say that. So when you say to blow someone away, it means to impress someone. Like, whoa. Okay, this might sound weird, but for me, one of the craziest inventions is the VR. Are you familiar with the VR? The virtual reality, right? The virtual reality, the one that you put on, and then you're like, whoa, like, whoa. I think that's one of the craziest inventions, everyone. Like, you can touch things, but not really touch. Okay, that sounds creepy. But touch them, but not really touch them, but you feel like you are about to touch them. I think virtual reality is one of the craziest inventions. How about you, everyone? What's the craziest invention for you? I want to know. Right. So, everyone, once again, if you have any questions, okay, I want you to type them in the chat box, all right, so that we can help each other with the corrections, okay? So, right, everyone, we will continue with talking about the inventions, of course, but before that, I want us first to talk about the passives. Okay, so I want us to discuss first the passives so that we can, so that it will be easier for us to answer the other questions. Okay, so we will go back to this lesson. I promise we will go back to the lesson. Okay, but before that, I will first ta-da! Ta-da! My magical notepad. It's Matthew's magical notepad. Okay? So everyone, I will use this notepad to talk about, okay, to talk about the passives with you. Okay? So this is my virtual board. Okay. So now let's talk about the passives. I promised you that we will talk about five passives, okay? So let's start with the basic ones, okay? Let's start with the basic ones. So let's talk about the present and past simple passives. So everyone, let me tell you something. The passives, okay, the passives are actually quite simple to understand as long as you have the main idea or the main formula on how to do it. Okay, so in this lesson, don't tell anyone, okay? Do not tell anyone, but I will give you the shortcut for this one. Okay, I will make your lives easier. Okay, I will do my best. All right. So, everyone, let's first talk about the present and past simple passives. So, the formula for this, you only need to remember one formula, just one formula, everyone. And that's subject us, verb to be us, past participle. Okay, I think it's a bit too far, right? Oops, no. No, I want it this way. Sorry, I want to be polished as possible. All right, I'll just do it this way. Okay, right. So everyone, the present and past simple passives, this is the only formula that you need to remember. Trust me on this. Okay? So first we need the subject, then the verb to be, it depends. Okay? And then of course the past participle. So everyone, why it depends? So we have four verb to be conjugations for present and past, right? So we have is, are, was, and were. That's it, everyone. You just need to choose one plus past participle. That's it. Okay? So let me give you an example. For example, um, were the cell phones were invented in 1980. For example, I'm not sure if this is correct, like with the fact. But for example, the cell phones were invented in 1980. Okay? So, first we have the verb to be, were. Next, we have the past participle. Okay? So this is example number one. Let me give you another example. Okay? For example, the egg is cooked by frying. So, this is the second example. Of course, you can cook eggs with whatever you want, however you want it to be. But this is just my example. Okay? So, in here we have the subject, which is the egg. Then we have the verb to be, which is, and then the past participle, which is cooked. All right? So, in here we have the egg is cooked by frying. Okay? So, everyone, this is for the present and past simple passives. Okay? So, if you have some examples for the passives, please send them in the chat box or in the live comment section, and I will do my best to help you maybe improve it, or if it's correct, good job. Okay? So if you want to give examples, I'm encouraging you to give examples. Okay? The reason we are doing this live stream is for you to learn, and second is of course for me to help you correct things if they need to be corrected. Okay? So that's it for the past and present simple passives. Any questions? None? No questions? Great. So if you don't have any questions, let's move on to the next one, okay, which is present and past continuous passives. So everyone, to be honest, the present and past continuous passives, they're just the same as the simple ones. So the formula is subject plus verb to be plus the word being, okay, plus of course past participle. All right. So let me tell you something. I want to ask you something. Do you think passives always use past participles? Yes or no? What do you think? Do passives always use past participles? Yes or no? If you have your answer, everyone, type them, okay? But if your answer is no, oh, I'm really, really sorry about that, everyone. But that's not 100% correct, okay? So, everyone, when it comes to passives, you always use past participles at the end, okay? Right. So, Alessandro and Nicole answered yes, okay? And Alessandro actually wrote this, which is very interesting, Ale. Very, very interesting. Past participle is the key to passives, okay? Fantastic, Ale. Without the past participles, passives are nothing. Okay, so good job, Ale. Very good. Right. So let's continue. So again, in this case, our verb to be will kind of like this: is being, are being, was being, and were being. Okay. So let me give you an example. So for example, the okay, so for those who are in Milan, I'm sure you can connect with this, you can relate with this one. But the building in Trettori, right? So the third building in Trettori is being built. It's being built. Okay, right. So let's have a look at this example first. I'm not sure if I got the correct spelling for Trettori. I hope I did. Right. So in here we have the third building in Trettori, building, which is our subject, is being, because we are talking about continuous, and so we need to use verb to be plus being, and then of course the past participle, built. Okay? And then how about using the past? Let's try. So the pasta was being eaten by the family. Here we go. So for example, we have this one. The pasta as the subject was being, because continues in the past, and of course past participle, eaten by the family. Okay? Right. Fantastic, everyone. Good job. Any questions about the present and past continuous passives? If you have any questions, okay, please type them in the chat box. All right? So that's it for the simple and continuous passives, everyone. Let's now move on to the perfect passives. Okay? So let's talk about the present and past perfect passives. Okay, so everyone, I think this is fairly okay to memorize the perfect ones since they don't really change a lot, unlike with the simple and continues. All right, so it's the same, everyone. It's this. It has the same concept, and you only need to remember one formula. Okay, so first we have the subject plus. In this case, it's not verb to be. But since this is perfect, all right, we're going to use verb to have. Okay, we're going to use verb to have. So, verb to have plus the word been, everyone. Plus, of course, the as Alice said, the keyword for passive, the magical key player for passive. Plus past participle. Right. In this case, everyone, the verb to have, you need to use it like this: has been, have been for the present, and of course, had been for the past. Right. So, everyone, I know that some of you might not be familiar with the past perfect passives. Don't worry about that because we are going to have a proper lesson on this in the future. Okay, so do not worry about that. I'm just giving you the overview of the present of the past perfect passives right now, so that you will not find it difficult to apply it in the future. Okay, so again, everyone, when it comes to the when it comes to the perfect passives, we don't really use the verb to be. Okay, we use instead the verb to have plus been. So we have has, have, and had been. All right, let me give you an example. Actually, examples. I forgot to add the s because I keep giving two examples. Sorry. So, for example, um, my apartment has. So, for example, this one. My apartment has been painted before. Okay? Or if you want a specific time, you can also say maybe last time or last year if you want. But let's stick with before. Mhm. Right. So in this case, my apartment has been painted. Okay? You know what? We can also remove the time just to show you the simplification, how simple it is. Okay? So let's just remove all the times that we have. Let's just construct the simplest sentences. Okay? So first we have apartment. And since apartment is singular and I want to use the present, we have to use has been plus, of course, past participle painted. Okay? Right. And another example, all right? Let's say, um, everyone, if you have any examples, can you help me? Okay, if you have any examples, send them in the chat box so I can also use them. Okay, and it won't be just me giving examples. Okay, right. So the second one, let's try with, I can think of, here we go. My trip. So I think we can experience, almost everyone can experience this right now. Although we should use the present, but I want to use the past just to give you an example. Imagine that your trip was in the past and not today, all right? Or not nowadays. Okay, so in here we have my trip had been canceled. Okay, so this one is in the past. All right. So again, so we have trip, trip meaning the flight. Okay. Then since I want to use the past or it's in the past, we need to say had been. Okay. And then of course, past participle, which is, you got it, canceled. Okay. Great. So everyone, that's it. That's the past and present perfect. Okay. Do you have any questions on the past and present perfect passives? If so, please let me know. Okay? So, I have an example from Ale. So, thank you so much for writing your example, Ale. I really appreciate it. So, in this case, he wrote, the roof had been repaired when I arrived. This is great. This is a good example, Ale. So for everyone, he actually sent um, a revision of this. He revised, he corrected his own example. So thumbs up, Ale. Good job. I love the corrections that you did. Thank you so much for that. So Ale wrote that the roof had been repaired when I arrived. That's fantastic, Ale. Very good. Amazing. I love it. Good job. Good job, Ale. For the others, if you want to try writing examples, I will be super happy. Write them in the chat box and I will help you improve it just in case it needs improvements. Okay? Great. So, everyone, if you don't have any questions about the present and past perfect passives, let's move on now to the future passives. Okay? So to the future passives, okay? So everyone with the future passives, again, it's quite similar with the formula of the present and past simple passive. Sorry, I tried to. Sorry, excuse me. Right. So with the future passives, everyone, it's kind of similar with the present and past simple passives in the sense that we need to use the word be. Okay? So again, I will try to make it as easy as possible. If you have any questions, let me know. I want to make your lives easier when it comes to English grammar. Here we go. Great. So for the future passives, everyone, it's as simple as this. So we have the subject plus the future plus the word be plus the magical past participle. So in this case, what are the future forms here? So we have will, so will be or is going to be. Okay? So this is for the future. Again, okay, we're not there yet for the modals. This is just for the future. Remember that. Okay? So let me give you some examples. If you have any examples for the future passives, please let me know. Okay? Great. Let's just check. Let me just arrange something. Here we go. Right. So for example, for the future passives, oh my god, for some reason I always make examples using food. Maybe I'm that hungry. So the risotto will be cooked tomorrow. Everyone, I love risotto alla milanese. It's amazing. People, oh my god, risotto alla milanese. It's just whoa. I don't really eat the one with ossobuco, but the risotto alla milanese and then with the parmigiano and then with the butter. Oh my god. The best breakfast, dinner, lunch. Even for breakfast, right? So if you know any restaurants where I can eat risotto alla milanese, like the best one, everyone, I would love to know. Okay? But anyway, going back to the lesson. Going back to the lesson. So in this case, we have this, all right? The risotto will be cooked tomorrow. Okay? So again, we have risotto as the subject. And then we have will be for the future form, because we need to always add the word be for the future. And then, of course, past participle. All right. And how about the second one? Let's say the restaurant is going to be opened next week. Right. In this case, all right, here we go. I I always write the food examples. Yes, Ale. I think I'm hungry. I always use food as an example for some reason. Okay, so everyone, let's have a look at the second example. So, the restaurant is going to be opened next week. So the subject here is we have the restaurant, and then is going to be for the passive future, and then of course opened. Okay? Great. Fantastic, everyone. Very good. Great. Now, do you have any questions about the future passives, everyone? Any questions? If you have any examples, please let me know. I would love to read them. Okay, I would love to read your examples. I'm super interested. Okay, let me know, everyone. Right. So, I have a few examples here that the students sent, and I'm so happy. So Bruno wrote that my car had been crashed into the wall. Oh my god, that's so bad. But fantastic example, Bruno. Very good. Good example, Bruno. So had been crashed, it's correct. Okay? Right. And then Ale also wrote an example. He wrote, the cereals will be housed in the cupboard. So this is correct with the use of the future, Ale, but instead of housed, maybe you can say stored. So to put in a place. So when you say to store, it means to put something in a place or to put something somewhere. All right. So you can say the cereals will be stored in the cupboard. That's correct. Okay. Good job, Ale. Very good. That's nice. Good job. How about the others? Okay. Let me know your examples so we can practice the passives, okay? So Bruno wrote an example, and I'm so happy about that. It says here, the car will be repaired as soon as possible. Bruno, you're fantastic. Good job on this, okay? So car as the subject, will be because future, and then repaired, okay? Sorry, everyone, you can also use is going to be, okay? You can also use is going to be. It's not a problem, okay? Great. Now, everyone, let's move forward. Let's talk about the modals, okay? This is the last one, I promise. It's the last one. All right, so the modals and the future passives, everyone, they actually share the same formula. All right. So the formula for the modals, it's the same as the future. All right. So we have subject, then we have modals, then we have the word be, and then past participle. So in this case, the modals, oh my god, we have a lot of modals. So we have should be, you can use must be, will be. Will be is also modal, okay? So it has the same um, definition with the future, okay? And then we have the would be, and then we have maybe, might be, can be, could be, and everything, and so on and so forth. Okay, ought to be, okay, and everything, and so on and so forth. Okay, so everything, everyone, everything. All right. So everyone, let's have a look at some of the examples. If you have any examples, give me, okay? Write the examples so that I can correct them or we can exchange ideas. So, for example, the first one, let's say, um, okay, um, the lasagna. Oh no, wait, how do you call it? Sugo al ragu, right? Like the meat spaghetti sauce, the meaty spaghetti sauce. It's ragu, right? Anyway, please correct me if I'm wrong, but the ragu should be. cooked for 2 hours. All right. Am I correct, everyone? Is this culturally correct? I'm not sure if this is correct, but um, I think ragu should be cooked for 2 hours, right? I think my students from other parts of Italy told me that it might take a lot of time. But for example, please do not be mad at me. For example, all right. So the ragu should be cooked for 2 hours. So in this case, ragu is the subject, and then we have should be, and then of course past participle, which is cooked. And of course, if you want, you can add time for 2 hours. Oops, sorry, I accidentally clicked mute button. And then the second one, let's try to give an example. Um, let's see. Mm, can you give me an example for the modals? I keep thinking about food. Please forgive me. Um, let's see. Let's see. Oh, here we go. The bacteria can be killed by washing our hands. Everyone, we can use the coronavirus. We can use the coronavirus. It's not a joke. Okay, it's not a joke. But I mean, we can use the coronavirus as an example for the modals passives. For example, the bacteria can be killed by washing our hands. All right. So everyone, you need to wash your hands. Okay, wash your hands. All right, to keep it clean. So in here, bacteria is the subject, and then is the can be is the sorry modals, and then we have killed as the past participle. Okay. All right. Fantastic, everyone. Good job on this. All right. Now, everyone, that's it. That's the passives. Okay. Do you have any questions about the passives? If so, please let me know in the chat box. Okay. Let me know in the chat box, and then I will do my best to help you with that. So before we continue with the lesson, everyone, let me tell you this. I actually have another webinar, okay, about the passives. Okay, so everyone, I have another lesson after this, which is at 5 p.m., and it's also about the passives, if you're interested. And I also have another webinar at 7 p.m. later, okay? So if you want to join, I would definitely be super happy to see you or hear from you there. Okay, so I have another webinar at 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. if you want to come. All right, so let's check the answers of the others. Let me check your answers. All right, so Luciana wrote an answer. Here we go. Luciana wrote that my house will be painted by the summer, okay? Or this is absolutely amazing, Luciana. Very good. Congratulations, Luciana. But it should be by summer without the. So my house will be painted by summer without the. Okay? Good job. Good job, Luciana. And then we have an answer from Carmine. So Carmine wrote that hopefully schools will be opened in a couple of weeks. I have the same sentiment, Carmine. I really hope so. Okay, so this is correct, Carmine. Fantastic. Good job. Good job on this one. Very good. Good job. Great. And then um, in here we have another answer from Luciana, and she said, My house should be painted by summer. Without the Lichana, okay? But this is correct. Very good use on the of the modals. Very good. Good job. And then we have another answer from Carmine. He wrote, the dog must be happy because he has his food. Now, in this case, it uses the modal verb. However, it's not really passive because remember, when it comes to passives, we need to use the past participle. All right. So we can rephrase this, Carmen. Maybe you can say, um, the dog must be fed with his food. Okay, fed meaning to feed. So when you say to feed, meaning to give food. Or the dog must be given food for him to be happy. Okay, so remember, Carmine, we need to use the past participle for the passives. Okay, so, and then we have a question from Bruno. So, Bruno said, before I wrote, the car will be repaired as soon as. But can I write it in another way? For example, the car is going to be repaired as soon as possible. Bruno, fantastic and absolutely yes. You can write it with will be. Yes. You can write it with is going to be. No changes in the meaning. It's the same. Okay? Great. Fantastic, everyone. Good job. Yay. I'm so happy. Okay, great. So, everyone, give me some of your examples using the passives, okay? Not only the modals and futures, you can try with the simple, continuous, and perfect passives, okay? So everyone send me or send your answers so that I can read it and let's help each other with that. Okay? So thank you so much for the others. Again, I have a webinar later at 5 p.m. Okay? So my webinar for 5 p.m. will be the part 2 of this focus activity. So it's still the same. It's about inventions. It's about passives, but it's going to be part 2. Okay. So if you have time, maybe you can drop by and later at 5 p.m. Okay. So everyone, we I want to ask you if do you have any questions about the passive? Okay. Any questions? Carmen wrote said that this may be my last webinar for today. Oh my god, it might. It might be. I never know. I never know, Carmen. All right. So if you're interested, maybe you can join. Okay. Right. So everyone, let's just quickly review again the passives. All right. So again, the passives, we first have the present and past simple passives. So it's simply subject plus verb to be, then past participle. When you say verb to be, it depends on the subject. So if it's singular, you use is or was. If it's plural, you use are and were. Okay, so here are some of the examples. And then we have the present and past continuous passives. We have subject, to be, plus being, and then past participle. Okay? So that's kind of easy there. So is being, are being, was being, and were being. And then we have as well the past and the present perfect passives. So it's simply has, have, or had been plus past participle. And then we have the future passive, which is will be and is going to plus be plus past participle. And the modals, it's similar to the future. We have modals plus be plus past participle. Again, everyone, when it comes to the passives, we always use past participle. All right? Fantastic, everyone. Good job. Good job, everyone. So, again, everyone, if you want to take a picture of this video will be uploaded on YouTube, so you can go back to the whole slide, to the whole notepad, and then maybe you can take a picture so that you can keep the notes with you. Okay? So, everyone, unfortunately, we don't have a lot of time now. Okay? But after 10 minutes, I will have another webinar for the part two of this focus activity. So we will practice more our passives, okay? So if you have any questions, let me know and I will do my best to help you, okay? But for now, everyone, thank you so much for being in this webinar with me. I hope to see you again later at 5 p.m., same class, and at 7 p.m. for the higher levels, levels 10 to 13. Okay? Thank you so much, everyone. See you around and have a great evening. Bye. Thank you, everyone. Bye. Thank you. See you later after 10 minutes. Bye.